Good afternoon, guys, and welcome back to the Cask Connoisseur channel, where today we are doing a very special video, and we're going all the way back up to the Peak District to the famous Thornbridge Brewery, a place where we visited the back end of last year, Chris, if you remember. So today we are actually trying a new release, and it's called 1838. And interestingly, Chris, 1838 has been done on the Union. Have a guess why you think it's called 1838?
Is that when the Burton Union System was first invented?
You're close.
Okay.
Close.
Oh, well, I like that. At least I was close.
You're close. So 1838 actually refers to the year that it was patented by Peter Walker. So interesting little bit of fact there for you.
This is a heritage brew.
It's a heritage brew, yeah. So which is going to be very interesting to see. Now, we have actually started the beer already because we've got some pictures done on it, because it is probably a member. Well, it's basically a beer to think about heritage, the importance of it, the history of why the Union System was so great. I mean, the Union System, which obviously resembles around myself, is from Carlsberg Marston's Brewing Company back in Burton, where it was originally sat, and then part of it was then obviously sold on to Thornbridge Brewery. But we're both really looking forward to trying this. It's going to be such a remarkable beer to try.
Well, we've got a pour glass
Yes.
earlier.
Yes.
I'm sat here. I don't even need to nose it, and I'm getting delicious aromas off it. I'm excited for this.
Yes. So there we go then, guys. Let's crack on with it and see what happens now. Obviously, one thing I will mention about 1838 is that it's bottle conditioned. So that means right at the bottom of the glass here, there's going to be all this yucky sediment, basically, which you do not want in your glass. So when you do pour a sedimented beer, always leave roughly a little bit left over. That's just to stop you from getting any sediment inside your glass.
And pour slowish. I know that's a problem for getting ahead, hence why you can see a relatively flat glass here. But
pour
be careful.
Yes, be careful. So I think effectively we can both see that this is a golden hue colour, I would say, Chris.
Yeah, I don't know whether it's the light in this room, but I'd also say there's red, so it's a golden reddy colour. Yeah. It looks to me as if there's malt in there.
There's definitely malt in there. We're definitely going to go
kind
with
of diluted malty colour. I'll go with that.
I think that's fair enough, to be fair. So we'll definitely pick that up. And then on the nose, I'm getting, a lot
delicious
of tropical fruit. I'm picking up there. Certainly citrus.
Yeah, citrus, fruit, malt.
That malt
smells absolutely gorgeous.
It's beautiful.
If it tastes as good as it smells, this will be the best beer we've had for
a long time.
Yeah.
So it's very malty. I'm getting malt, hugely malty. There is a little bit of a sharpness on my palate.
Yeah, it's. I've got the fruits. I've got the malt. On the initial palate, I'm getting a bit of bitter.
Yeah,
and then I'm getting that sharpness. But on the finish, so once you've swallowed, that's actually quite there's still a bit of bitterness there, but it actually gives you a very, what's the right word? I can't think. Anyway, I'm salivating.
Complex. Is it like a complex?
Well, it's complex, but I'm thinking on the finish, you get some drinks, your mouth goes bone dry.
Yeah.
On other drinks, you start salivating. And that's a kind of refreshing, clear the palates kind of feel to it. Got the bitterness. I hate to say it, Luke. Now I understand. It's a shame that the Burton system is so labour intensive.
I know.
Because I tell you, I mean, that's a bottled beer.
Yeah.
But I think if we tried that draft,
On
or not
cask.
draft,
On
or you
cask.
told me
Yeah.
it was cask,
Yeah. Yeah.
I might go, or not told me it's cask. If you gave me it blind, I might go, that's a cask beer. How have you managed to do that? I'm actually impressed. I mean, I'm impressed with it. Its body, its complexity, the flavours. I don't think it goes with a tuna sandwich though, because that's what we ate earlier.
Yes.
And I think some of the bitterness that I'm feeling, a tuna mayo sandwich, I think some of the bitterness I'm picking up is because of maybe that. Let me just have another try.
No, it's definitely I'd say there's a lot going on inside that glass there. Really.
That is nowhere near second or third. So I think we have an issue with the food we have.
Yeah.
It does not go with tuna mayonnaise sandwiches on brown bread.
On
we
brown
were
bread.
healthy somewhere.
We were healthy. But no, it's remarkable though, like, because the Union System is a fantastic piece of kit, and let's face it, if anything happened to the system, it would just fail. And interestingly, when we went to Thornbridge Brewery last year, I was speaking to Reuben, who was the tour guide, and he was like saying like the amount of like manual attention which is required when brewing beers using the system is so key. And when you look at the Union System, I mean, I don't know if you guys have ever seen it yourselves, but you've got to imagine they're like wooden casks, which almost is like sitting on like some style of track. The barrels don't necessarily move as such, but it was interesting to see that if those barrels do get damaged, that's it. That's the end of the Union System. So there's a lot of care and attention required. And as you say, it is such a fantastic piece of kit. If you want to go and have a look at it, get yourself on a tour to Thornbridge Brewery.
You know what? Now with that finish, I've been giving it a couple more seconds to go through. Yeah, I'm getting the malt because I'm getting biscuit. You know what biscuit? It's kind of like a not very sweet bourbon biscuit, come shortbread. That's the best way I can describe it. I honestly can say, I mean, I drink bottled beer because it's easier to get bottled beer than have a cask, if you like. But most bottles, you'd go, I can't wait to try that on cask. I mean, I'd love to see what this was like on cask. But you will not, if you're a cask fan, I don't think you'll be disappointed with this.
Definitely not. I mean, it's interesting you mentioned shortbread. I was going to go for more something like, I'll tell you what, my partner, Isabel, bless her, she makes a good selection of Anzac biscuits from time to time. And, if I was having an Anzac biscuit right now with that, happy days.
Oh, no, I could imagine. Since neither of us can remember the recipe for Anzac biscuits, so that's ANZAC, look it up on the internet. Yes. They are cracking biscuits.
They are.
But not to have if you've got a weight issue or you're on a diet.
No. So, let's just talk a little bit about the bottle then, just so we know whereabouts we are. So, as I mentioned at the start, guys, it is named after the year. So, the year that the Burton Union System was patented by Pete Walker. It's brewed exclusively on set at Thornbridge. So, it's one of the Thornbridge's newest release beers, which was actually, in fact, at the Great British Winter Beer Festival, which was just held the weekend just gone. Sadly, it didn't win, unfortunately. So what are we looking at? So it's definitely a full-bodied style beer. There's plenty of the finest Goldings hops, which have been chucked into the recipe. It's a premium pale ale. So premium, when we look at that basically means it's got some, good stuff inside it, basically. And it's premium quality. At the end of the day, it's premium because it's been done on the Union System. It's light amber hue, so even though I picked up a golden hue, we are probably.
I'm still looking at red. I still can't get rid of red.
Amber is quite interesting to take in, but at the end of the day,
Ruby amber. Ruby amber.
So sweet. So this is a good one that Chris picked up. Sweet biscuity malt, which we both kind of said there's a lot going on. Floral hop notes, so that's for your citrus and
Mm-hmm.
basically notes. And there's a nice, crisp, refreshing finish, which I would agree. So
They're not too bad, those
no,
notes.
no,
There's very little to disagree with. And what I always love when you read the notes out is you go, oh, I picked that up.
yeah,
Oh, I picked that up. Oh, I picked that up. And there's two things for that. One, you kind of feel good about yourself because you actually picked a bottle and it does taste good.
yeah,
And two, for once, the marketeers haven't been marketed it,
that's
shall we
correct.
say.
Yeah.
Yeah, brilliant.
So I do have to say, obviously, thanks to Thornbridge Brewery for obviously sending this out to us to try. I say it's a fantastic beer, and I am so. I actually thought. I mean, I only just realised what the ABV is, 4.5%. I was actually thinking it was going to be a bit more like 5.5. So it tastes like a strong beer to me.
Yeah, the body on it
Yeah,
is way higher on that alcohol,
yeah,
which is an interesting point because sometimes you think a drink has a lot of body, and it's actually due to the alcohol content.
yeah,
So I always like talking whiskey. So I don't often drink standard bottle of whiskey 40% alcohol. I'd much prefer something like 55%. And part reason for that is it's got a lot more going on in body. It isn't because the whiskey's any different, it's just the alcohol
yeah.
adds to it. So that I'm going to say here that this is a masterpiece of brewing.
Yeah, definitely.
Please, Thornbridge, keep the Burton Union system going. If you can produce beer like this on, I mean, this is the first bottle we've sampled where I would honestly quite cheerfully go and buy a case straight off.
Yeah. No, so I certainly recommend it. You've heard Chris right there. He recommends it. I say it's a new release, guys. So please, if you want to try something, get in touch with Thornbridge, get yourself a case, and give it a go. Please remember, as always, guys, to like and subscribe to the Cask Connoisseur. The obviously page is going so well at the minute. We've got plenty of videos still to come and all that. But no, this one is definitely a beer to think about the history and legacy of why the Burton Union System was so important. And remember, it's a bottle conditioned beer, so please pour it slow. So on that note, guys, thanks to Mr. Pete Walker for doing such a great job of passing in this Burton Union System. And cheers to Thornbridge.
Cheers to Thornbridge. And in fact, Luke, I think we need another trip if this was on draft up there.
Absolutely.
Cheers, guys.